And I'm going to start off by saying I have some great news and some news. I wanted to say good news, but that one's already taken by the gospel message. And as much as we may laugh and joke, that really is what's the important part, is the gospel message going out. It's just that this happens to be the conduit that we use to be able to get people to come in to listen. The really great news is that all of the stuff is up on the website. So if you go to the GreatLakesMinistries.org, you'll see all of the paperwork, all the things under there, all the sheets. No longer do you have to email me to find them or find your email. You can go to the website and you can pull up all of the things for Division 2, Division 4, all the rule books. We're getting ready to have the nice graphics on the rule books that look much better than the way that I printed them. Those are going to be uploaded on there too if you want to have the more color versions. And additionally, another great thing is that the registration is now online. You don't have to mail in the things. We don't have to worry about handwriting, being able to sit there and go, is that a U, an A, a what for the email addresses? It's all typed into there. And if you do, you can pay by credit card, PayPal, or you can mail in a check. Checks are going to Warren's house because it's easier for the new online deposits. It also generates an invoice if you use your own credit card, and you need to show that to your church to get reimbursed. So, we don't take Bitcoin yet. Sorry.
Probably won't too.
Not a high priority for us yet. I'm not. The good news is that items in the past addenda are in the rules, so that some of the things like no drones, no photographers on the floor, stuff like that, are now in the rules, and so I don't have to harp about them. Yeah, it's still a no firearm zone.
But we're secure, right?
Yes.
Thank
you. Also, one of the other good news things is that we can see if you didn't read the email.
Okay.
Because we're using MailChimp.
So the mass mails, we send them out to 450 people, and only like 150 or 180 read them. So either they're going in as people's spam or they're not being read at all.
So that it turns out if it was sending out something, if it says needs response or must know, those are the things that if it turns out that you're not doing them, I thought I could park my SUV on the grass. No, you can't. We also are increasing the price this year by $10 because of increased costs that have come in over the years. I was trying to remember back the last time we had a price increase, and I couldn't. I didn't check with Ken. I don't know that it's raised in 10 years. Some of that is because the awards are more expensive. The insurance is more expensive. Various other things that are coming in, or the prices are adding up. We are doing one thing though this year when you pay for the registration. We'll get to the sheets in a second. We are giving out 5 prepaid bands. So if you do the registration, yes, it's $10 more. You get 5 $2 pre-admissions to come into there. Some of that is to be able to offset the cost. Some of that is also if you have someone in your church who's coming who is unemployed, someone who has has a financial hardship because they've been hit in the gut. This can be a really great way to say, please be our guest. It also is a very good way to be able to say to your pastor, please be our guest. We prepaid for you.
Well, the pastors
Get free anyway.
They're free, so.
But this is a good way of being able to bring that up to them, because a lot of times, oh, I don't want to take it up. No, we've got these prepaid things.
Yeah.
Please come.
You said the pastors are free. What do they have to show when they get?
We take their word for it.
Okay.
If someone lies about being a pastor, they've got more problems than I'm going to address.
And we're going to let them in.
Everyone has to be. Does it cover the pastor and his wife, or
Pastor and wife, yes.
Pastor and wife? Okay.
And
good.
because it turns out that if it's, we take kind of a broader approach too. If they're a part-time, this is their side gig, then probably that's not the intention. Although we're not going to turn a person away to watch. I was almost in tears last year when one person came up there and they said, because they were going through unemployment, they said, well, honey, you can go watch the kids. I go, no, you're going in. I mean, there was one of those things of, I've been in that phase, and I'm not going to put anybody else through it. So the registration itself will be moving upstairs. That's going to have a couple of things. It's also going to have a person upstairs, because we've had problems with wandering kids. And so that was one of the requirements that we had to have from last year, to not be paying more this year, because if we didn't do something like that, we would be paying someone $20 an hour to be supervising that area.
Okay. So you mean when we come in with our team, we have to check them in upstairs now?
No.
One coach checks in.
Coach.
Oh, just the coach?
One coach checks
With your
in.
paperwork, with your roster?
With your roster, with your
Okay.
paperwork, one coach comes in and can check everybody in.
Okay.
Other ones are either in the stands or on the side. We're also, that way, you may want to have a parent to help wrangle, especially for the Sparkies. Some of it is that parents hate to be the mean guy, but if they have to be the mean guy, we have to not have them running into the traffic. It's a little bit, it's not as much of an issue because we have the space away from things, and we've got enough space to intercept kids, but we do want to have them under supervision. There also is a new form this year. And we changed the parent consent and release of liability. There's one very important thing on there. Circle, I consent to the media release, I do not consent to the media release.
Okay.
If they do not circle, I consent, doesn't make anything to the things other than we won't be able to take pictures at that for future events to put up on the website.
Okay.
The reason behind that I can get into later. I don't want to go on camera and we have to post up. But it's something that we still do the recording to be able to see if we got things right. For Sparks, you know, we're not going to go back and look at, we should have disqualified this kid, should disqualify this kid because we have logos. So that if it turns out that they filed the old form, it's going to count as I do not consent.
Gotcha.
And then we would just not have that in there. Because the other form is still going to work, but if it turns out that someone files the wrong thing, we have to assume that that means that they do not consent to the media. And that's fine. I have absolutely no problem. We just want to make sure that the people who are kind of caught in that, even if they just don't want to circle one or the other, that's fine. We'll count that as no, I do not give consent. It's just one of those things that we realized, and that actually came from my daughter, who said, by the way, here are the circumstances why people can't have the kid recorded. And I'm not going to put someone into that scenario. On that note, we'll go ahead and have Jay come up and start, and we'll probably alternate off a little bit, just because he's starting to get a cough.
All right. So let's jump in. We're